Hello, I hope this is working. My name is Deborah Stokol, and I am happy that you have stopped by my little corner of the internet. And I'll be playing some music for you on a few different instruments, most of it original, but some covers. And I'm looking forward to this experience. If we run into technological difficulties, which can happen, then we're just gonna go with it, because that's pretty much the only choice we have. So, I am going to start with a song that I wrote called Please Say You Will Stay Mine. My bonny lass, farewell to paradise. To you will never be untrue, but must go and can't look twice. Someday I know I will return, someday I'll make my way. But till then will never be untrue to my love so far away. Some may come and some may go, may try to make me turn. But to you will never be untrue, and for you my love will will pass and years may too before I may return. But I know one day we'll meet again, so patience we must learn. The storms they shake the roughened seas, my ship it sails away. But your face in mine I'll keep so clear, and I'll hold those storms at bay. I'll scratch the lines, I'll etch the page, I'll mark our time apart. But it's you will never be untrue, for it's you have my heart. And though the waves will rend our time, a poet could pen many lines of how I'll long to hold you close, of everyone I love you most. Please write me dear, keep my face clear in your mind's eye, or I must die. The weeks and years are cross to bear. Please say you will stay mine. The weeks and years are cross to bear. Please say you will stay mine. So for now, farewell my bonny lass, farewell to our today. Blood of my blood, bone of my bone, but now I must away. And when the hour comes we'll rejoice, we'll have some cause for cheer. For then I will have come back home to my love in paradise. We will dwell in paradise with my love. It is paradise. That's song one. And now we're going to take a trip to the piano. And I'm going to share a song that started out as a sea shanty actually long ago. We're talking like 15 years ago. And it was for the piano, because this was long before I played other instruments. And I just kind of kept it in the archives and revisited it maybe a month or two ago and thought, this could be something else. Maybe I'd try it on the guitar, maybe I'd try it on the harp. And so I wrote a few more verses, and it became kind of a folksy, shanty, yearning, Celtic, we don't really know the time experience. So that's what that's about, and hopefully that one will come out soon. Right now I'm going to share one that is actually already out, so you can find it online, and it is about Persephone, the Greek goddess, and her adventure into the underworld with Hades, and how eating the 6 red pomegranate seeds sealed her fate as the queen of the underworld half the year, which is the ancient Greek explanation for why we have fall and winter. But a young girl cannot always see through gods and their schemes. Let's put the music back on the thing. And it keeps wanting to go down into the recesses of the piano. There we go. But a young girl cannot always see through gods and their schemes. 1 red seed and I'll enter the nightlands. 2 red seeds and he'll give me his heart. 3 red seeds and the chill will come find us. 4 red seeds, you can't tear me apart. 5 red seeds and I'll be here forever. 6 red seeds, not until I've returned. My dark prince is the lord of the shadows, but my great mother could harvest the fallow. My tether was long, but I felt it. I had the run of the place, but there's more. When he came through the earth and it mounted, I had greater soul as a door. When I was new, I had terror. Each ripple of skin was a hill, but the shivering stopped when he held me, and I felt myself still. 1 red seed and I'll enter the nightlands. 2 red seeds and he'll give me his heart. 3 red seeds and the chill will come find us. 4 red seeds, you can't tear me apart. 5 red seeds and I'll be here forever. 6 red seeds, not until I've returned. My dark prince is the not and the never, but my great mother is ever so clever. I feel a change upon me as my cloak grows long, and there's a world above me, but this one makes me feel strong. The white cold is in my belly, but it will warm my heart. I hear 1,000 trapdoors open with the sound of my voice. I hear 1,000 trapdoors open with the sound of my voice. And as each key becomes mine, I know it's my choice. Oh, the wind does rise, and it lifts up my hair. Good sir, can I take your coat? Dear madam, can I offer you a spot on the boat? But don't forget to tip the ferryman. I steeple my long fingers. These halls are mine and they glow. When I feel the doubt within me, I pause and let it go. I think of things that I've read, things the poets extol, that make you feel whole. But I know that I'm whole as I am, it's my soul. 1 red seed and I'll enter the nightlands. 2 red seeds and he'll give me his heart. 3 red seeds and the chill will come find us. 4 red seeds, you can't tear me apart. 5 red seeds and I'll be here forever. 6 red seeds, not until I've returned. My dark prince is hallowed like ballads, and my great mother likes my beloved. 1 red seed and I am the Donna. 2 red seeds and this gown becomes me. 6 red seeds, I sing my own story. 4 red seeds, it's not a folly. 5 red seeds will taking my own counsel. 6 red seeds, no need to announce it. My dark prince is king, so bow, and I am queen. And I stand tall, so I am the queen now. Welcome to my table. Can I take your coat? Help yourselves to the choicest treats. Silver shades mean no wipe their feet. A bullet that brings no pain. To surrender all your shame. This is my kingdom. This is my kingdom. This is my kingdom. This is my home. All right, we're now going to transition to another powerful lady from literature, and that is Lady Macbeth, who is getting a lot of traction right now because she's being played by Saoirse Ronan and Ruth Negga and Frances McDormand. Wait, wrong instrument. Well, for guitar. All right, let's go to Scotland. Anyone ready for Scotland? I'm ready for Scotland. If you've read Macbeth, or if you remember the story, this is a very strange part of the narrative in which Lady Macbeth finds out that King Duncan is going to be sleeping over at her castle, and the raven, literally the raven, which is a bird that signals death, very appropriate for Halloween, is also a messenger bird. And Macbeth let his wife know that he's coming with the king, and he knows what that means, and she knows what that means, and so she's strategizing that maybe it's time to off the king, but she needs to find the inner strength to do something that grim. And so she is calling upon demon spirits, as one does, because she believes that in order to do this violent thing, she needs to be not a woman. So she doesn't specify what she needs to be, but not a woman. And so this is a very, very famous and strange speech that she gives, and I wrote music to it. So I hope to release it soon, and here it goes. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. He brings great news. He brings great news. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here. And fill me from the crown to the toe top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse. That no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep the peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gold. You murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come thick night and pall thee in the darkness smoke of hell. That my keen knife see not the wounded makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry hold, hold. He brings great news. He brings great news. He brings great news. He brings great news. All right, so we're actually going to stay in Scotland right now, and we are going to actually do a song that is coming out tonight, later tonight. It is called A Love Greater Than Time, and it uses the Gael's Reel, Gael spelled G-A-E-L, like Gaelic or Gaelic, as an inspiration point in terms of chord progression, and it also uses Outlander, the novels and the show, which I love. And, you know, it's Samhain this Sunday, so in honor of the veil being thin and All Hallows and Halloween and all things magical, I thought it might be fun to share a different Scottish song, this one also by my composition, but fully my composition, so my words as well. And if you'd like to hear the recorded version, it will be out tonight. It's called A Love Greater Than Time. But let me position myself different. All right, let's see. That might be better. You know, the logistics of this are somewhat complicated sometimes. It might be better. You know, the logistics of this are somewhat complicated sometimes, at least for me. I fell through time, what once was mine, I lost among the shoals, came through the stone, afraid and alone, but the brawny lad became mine. A gust of wind, the veil was thin, I saw him through the fog. He took my hand, this foreign land, it did become my home. I danced around, my secrets true. They thought I'd made a witch's brew, but all I'd done was dwell among these strangers who thought I'd lied. He could have died, but for my pride, my healing touch did save. They looked to me, and they could not see how I had come to them. In my mind, I see flashes of images from before I came here, and of sense. If all of this were to be a flower, a forget-me-not would be the bloom for our forever, because our love will survive the centuries. Through the years it grows in strength. Though the stone has lain between us, we'd be together even in our death. We'd be I don't know if I went out for a little while, but I'm back. So that one's coming out tonight, if you're interested, and I hope you are. This one is, it's one I've played before. It is about Achilles from the Iliad, and it is about his choice to live a short, famous life rather than a a short famous life rather than a long one in the shadows. All the finest cattle could be taken at nightfall, treasures traded in host hall, but the breath of a man once gone cannot return, but the breath of a man once gone cannot return. All the fattest sheep could be taken at nightfall, treasures traded in host hall, and all the golden stallions you might wish. But the breath of a man once gone cannot return, but the breath of a man once gone cannot return. My dear mother has told me of my destiny and my fate in death. If I battle here on these beaches sieging Troy, I'll never see my home, but my name shall live forever. I'll never see my home, but my name shall live forever. If I sail these seas to my beloved fatherland, my name, my glory end. If I sail these seas to my beloved fatherland, my name, my glory end. If I battle here on these beaches sieging Troy, I'll never see my home, but my name shall live forever. I'll never see my home, but my name shall live forever. I'll never see my home, but my name shall live forever. The next one is actually for my grandparents, and it is not done. It is in its very incipient stages, but I thought I would share it anyway. It's called The Grandfather Clock. Our days will be numbered, but they'll still count. The grandfather clock with his chimes and his cloud. What are your forebears, if not your past, and maybe a glimpse of your future at last? Our days will be numbered, but they'll still count. The grandfather clock with his chimes and his cloud. What are your forebears, if not your past, and maybe a glimpse of your future at last? Actually, two of my grandparents are in the paintings that you see behind me. My sister painted them, and I think they're beautiful. And the other two grandparents, who are also incredibly awesome, are in other paintings around the house. So, actually, what's funny sometimes is hearing the difference between a harp telling the same story and the piano or the guitar. So it might be fun for you to hear this on the piano just really quickly. song sounds wildly different depending on what instrument you play it on. And some of that is obviously the harmonic capabilities, skill set, of course in my case, because I've been playing the piano for a very long time and I'm self-taught on the harp, guitar, and bowlback mandolin, which I think I'll be playing in a little bit. But it really makes a wild difference. You know, suddenly you go from this folk tune to a slightly more jazz, vaudevillian waltz, and I think about that a lot. So what I'm going to do right now is look for the rest of this song. Well, if I forget the words in the middle, I appreciate your understanding. All right, this one is also relatively new, and it came out just a couple months ago. It's called I Had a Long Convalescence and I Wore Pearls in My Ears, because sometimes you need a really long title. And it has a series of inspirations, some of which are W.B. Yeats, Joan Didion, Chinua Achebe, a discovery of which is in the All Soul trilogy, which is really fun, and I highly recommend it, especially this time of year. But, you know, we're made up of so many different inspirations. There's a lot of Renaissance and medieval imagery, so I hope you enjoy it. In my bouquet, I held my hand aloft, I whirled around and spoke, and I knew it was the day. But the seeds of the ancient fruit are red. One of these days I'm gonna hold what's in my head. Underground and over fire, I'm like a sylph, a symphony of blue, a wave of verdant hues. I had a vague premonition. I tore the letters dark wax. I held my breath and read. I saw that you had fled, so I hied me off to bed. It came in fragments and pieces. The truth I know often does. Your tale tumbled out, and the truth will out. It's what flows from the spout. The words form shapes for all the poets to opine. But at the end I'll hold your heart and call it mine. And we'll walk upon those stones you knew so well. A life is made of all these moments in our shell. See the widening gyre, we're all beasts. Beauty is within us, dusk has hit us there. I embroidered sachets for your sheets. Of love I think one can't know. What the world is like, the oyster and the pike, inside me flowers bloom and grow. In the perils of being human, do riddle those who will go to heights up to depths and voids below, the heights of ivy grown in the hollow of his hand. Till death do us part, that I hear is art. Along with the cart, Icarus had wings, to the sea did fling, his mortality did bring. Pages torn and sewn, to whose future known, to the heavens we had flown. To be playing a song is for the piano, so I hope you enjoy it. that one is supposed to evoke some of winter, and it's many, many shades and faces, which we will see soon. All right. Now I'm going to be playing actually a couple of covers, and this one is Halloween specific. It's called Jenny of Old Stones. I actually released a cover of it as well, and it is online. It's by Ramin Djawadi, the composer from both Westworld and Game of Thrones. High in the halls of the kings who are gone, Jenny would dance with her ghosts, the ones she had lost and the ones she had found, and the ones who had loved her the most, the ones who'd been gone for so very long she couldn't remember their names. They spun her around on the damp old stone, spun away all her sorrow and pain, and she never wanted to leave, never wanted to leave, never wanted to leave, never wanted to leave. They danced through the day and into the night, through the hole that sped through the hall, from the winter to summer, then winter again, till the walls did crumble and fall, and she never wanted to leave, never wanted to leave, never wanted to leave, never wanted to leave. So high in the halls of the kings who are gone, Jenny would dance with her ghosts, the ones she had lost and the ones she had found, and the ones who had loved her the most. All right. So the next one is also a cover, and it is by Mr. David Bowie, and it's called Moon Age Daydream. It's an old favorite of mine. And if I forget the words, then hopefully you'll forgive me for that too. I appreciate your patience. As long as we have fun, right? I'm an alligator. I'm a mama poppy coming from you. I'm a space invader. I'll be a rock and rolling bitch for you. Keep your mouth shut. You're squawking like a big bucket bird, and I'm dusting up my brains for the words. Keep your electric eye on me, babe. Put your ray gun to my head. Press your space face close to my love. Freak out in a moon age daydream, okay. Don't fake it, baby. Lay the real thing on me. The church of man is such a holy place to be. Make me, baby. Make me know you really care. Make me jump into the air. Keep your electric eye on me, babe. Put your ray gun to my head. Press your space face close to mine, love. Freak out in a moon age daydream, okay. moon age daydream, okay. From your sleep, the drowning of your tears. Today we escape, we escape. Pack and get dressed before your father hears us. Before all hell breaks loose, breathe, keep breathing, don't lose your nerve. Keep breathing. I can't do this alone. Sing us a song to keep us warm. There's such a chill. Such a chill, and you can laugh your spineless laugh. We hope that your rules and your wisdom choke you, and now we are one. Everlasting peace. We hope that you should. For a film, by Radiohead, and it's an old favorite of mine. It's going to be 25 years since it came out, so I thought I might play with that a little bit as an arpeggiated piece, as a jazz piece, and as a tango, which is what you just heard. So I'm sort of, I don't really love this expression, but I'm sort of girding my loins to perform a piece that I'm extremely proud of called The Wife of Bath, Alison's Tale, which is my retelling of Chaucer's Wife of Bath's prologue and tale. And so I might do that right now, but before that I might play a little song on the bowback mandolin, or at least the beginning stages of one, about ladies from mythology, which you'll see is clearly a theme here. And this one is about the many ladies from mythology who use herbs and flowers and weeds of power. So let's mic that. Well, there's rosemary for remembrance, rue for regret. I'll make a potion, swim in rivers and oceans to drown all my sorrows in the depths. Fennels and daisies will wilt, but first there'll be a hilt to the sword of my power. In these wild flowers I'll tell you a story I've built. Morgan and Mab knew of birth. Morgan, she knew of the earth. The witch woman's daughter can heal all those potters so they wouldn't lie in a field. Make me an ointment for dragon burns, the mortar and pestle will aid. The Halsings and Beechams, the Aarons and Lissars, the moon woman steps in then fades. So that one's the beginning of something else. There's more coming that I've already written, but I thought I would stop there. I have one about Josephine March from Little Women, also on the bowlback mandolin, but I think that one will wait. So I'm gonna play a couple more songs and then close out, but for anybody watching, I appreciate that you have made the time and spent it with me and shared in this experience. Speaking of experience, this is the beginning, and you're gonna see that I'm gonna have to get the lyrics in the middle of this, so thank you again. But here we go for some Wife of Bath. She's such a cool lady.